Welcome back, YouTube. Veggie's Daily Fantasy Corner, Week 17 of the NFL. I'm here with my buddy Sammy Blees. Sam, say hi to the viewers.
How we doing? Happy to be here on the Jared Trooper Show.
Yes, we're Happy New Year, everybody, and I'm gonna cheers my buddy Sam. We're drinking non-alcoholic,
We're getting ripped.
groovy, bubbly rosé wine today. We're recording this on a Wednesday. 2 days before New Year's Eve. We really didn't want to stick with the normal champagne because that's going to be for another day. We went with the bubbly, non-alcoholic rosé for this week's picks. If you're not liked and subscribed to the channel, stop what you're doing right now. Like and subscribe. We're slowly approaching 100 subscribers. And after this video, hopefully we're going to get 1,000 views for the whole show so far. We're slowly approaching that, and this video will hopefully shatter that. That's a big accomplishment for me and the team, me and Hero Spell Studios. So take a minute, like and subscribe. And once again, thank you, everybody, and let's have a good 2022. Me and Sam are going to do something a little different this week. Last week on the Christmas special, the picks did okay. Jonathan Taylor had a decent week. He had over 100 yards rushing. However, it did not get the points that we wanted. We had a couple of good picks, Devontae Adams and the Green Bay Packers defense, but at the end of the day, with those two slate games, you got to get all the picks right, and we did not get them all right. Aaron Jones was a pick, and Michael Pittman Jr. was a pick, and sadly, we did not fit them into our lineup. We're going to try to correct that this week with the biggest game slate since week 2 for DraftKings. Since they started doing the bye weeks, there's no teams on bye this week. It's a normal slated week. There's no holiday break, no nothing. So all the teams are playing. We had 17 games to choose from, and me and Sam are gonna go head to head, battling out this week to try to get the best lineup. I will go first. Me and Sam are gonna make our own lineups this week. We're not gonna do a combined one. We're gonna go head to head, and let's get right to it. I'm gonna start with my picks. Starting at the quarterback position, we got Taysom Hill. I do like Taysom Hill this week, and I'm going to tell you why. Taysom Hill, every game that he started, he's gotten over 22 points, valued at $6,000, no more, no less this week. So I really like this pick against the Carolina Panthers, home game for the New Orleans Saints. I just like Taysom Hill this week in my quarterback position. I feel like he has the best value. There's some good value in here, but I love Taysom Hill the most out of all of them. 2 running back slots, I got Ronald Jones and Daryl Williams. Daryl Williams is that guy that I saw on the waiver wire for the last about 3-4 years since I've been playing fantasy football, valued at like 2 probable fantasy points, but he is not that man anymore. Not this week. Mr. Dare, it's your time to shine, brother. How much is he valued? $5,100. He's right now he's projected 1.8 points, but that will suddenly change because he is the lead back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This week, we're going to go with him, and he's going to beat Sam for me this week. 3 wide receiver positions. Cooper Kupp, not going to elaborate on that. Mr. Automatic. Boom. Number 2 and 3, I'm going with Deshaun Jackson and Mr. Jake Guyton. Deshaun Jackson is going up against the Indianapolis Colts this week, and he's a big, deep threat. I don't love the pick, but I also don't hate it, which means I love it. I love the pick. I love Deshaun Jackson this week against a high-powered Indianapolis Colts offense, and the Vegas Raiders need a win. That AFC, like I said last week, is as tight as it gets. They need a win so bad. And Deshaun Jackson needs to help that team out with that if they want to make the playoffs and make a stand. Mr. Jalen Guyton is my 3rd wide receiver position. Him and his LA Chargers are going up against the Denver Broncos this week. He did not play last week due to COVID. Jalen Guyton is back in the lineup this week, and I think they just put Mike Williams on that COVID list. So who's going to be the wide receiver number 2? Mr. Jalen Guyton, valued at $3,700 DK bucks, as cheap as it gets, and I believe there's good value there at the wide receiver 3 position. Navigating down to the tight end position, we got Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey just got off a barn burner with the – do you remember who they played last week? I don't remember who they played. It was the Chargers. They took him into overtime, and Travis Kelsey got 44 fantasy points, normal ones, but in DK he got 47 because he got that 100-yard bonus. I do like Kelsey. I don't like Kelsey as much as I like Mark Andrews, but sadly Mark Andrews is valued way too high for this lineup. I went with the cheapest defense this week because I wanted to fit the best tight end I could get. I feel like the tight ends week in fantasy championship week really like to screw over teams and propel teams to that win. I'm going with Kelsey this week at my tight end position. Even though I do like Mark Andrews, we could not afford him this week. I tried to fit him in, could not get it done. Last two positions, flex, defense, special teams. My flex spot is going to be Chase Edmonds. I went with Chase Edmonds last week in the Christmas special as well. Got all the totes and all the little dump-off passes from Kyler Murray with James Conner out. So we're going to have to monitor James Conner's status for this week. But as of right now, with Chase Edmonds valued at $5,700 DK bucks. I love Chase Edmonds. He gets all the volume, and he's really their number one back when it comes down to it for the Arizona Cardinals. Defense, special teams, I'm going with the cheap one so I could fit these top guys like Kupp, Kelsey, Edmonds, and Ronald Jones in there. Going with the Detroit Lions against Seattle. A lot of people don't like that pick. I love it because I checked the weather reports. I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid. I checked the weather reports. It is going to be rainy and snowy in Seattle. That lines up for a good showing for the defense. That means low scoring. So I'm going with the Detroit Lions at my defense special teams position, and hopefully they get just enough points to beat my friend, but this week, my foe, Sammy Blees, who's now going to share his picks that he hopes are going to beat me this week in Week 17.
Well, hello, America. Wow, that was extremely tough to sit through. Those are some tough picks by Veggie. In my honest opinion, I think we're going to be lucky to see triple digits with that lineup. But have no fear, America. Blees is here to help you out. So we're going to start at our QB position. We're going cheap. We're going for the off-brand Taysom Hill. He's going to be cheaper. He's going to be better. We're going with Trey Lance.
Wow, I like that pick.
So I know what you're saying, America. You know, he's replacing Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, the very handsome Jimmy. You know, you can put one of those graphics up, George, right there, Jimmy, for our lady fans at home.
Right here.
But, you know, is this a game and a guy that you're going to want to sit at home with and tell your buddies that, you know, I picked Trey Lance. He's going to be throwing 300 yards, 3 touchdowns? Probably not. You know, it's going to be more like 13 for 25, a touchdown, 2 picks, and you know, maybe 175 yards. But what else are we going to have? About 70 yards rushing, touchdown. You know, he's going to run that rock. And it ain't going to be pretty, but we're going to see about 22, 23 fantasy points out of that guy. And he's cheap, 4,800. Cheap. And then we're going a little pricey. We're going Austin Eckler, our buddy. He catches it. He runs it. He's getting in that end zone. A little bit more expensive. We're going 8,200. That's okay. Then we got our local plumber, Daryl Williams. You're asking, who's Daryl Williams? Well, he's the Chiefs' backup. And with CEH out, we're going to get some cash with that guy. He's at 5,800. Wins. Cash. And then Cooper Kupp, like Veg just said, he must have looked at my lineup. Needless to say,
I didn't.
The guy, he just scores points. Then we got Jalen Waddle, 6,700. PPR monster. He's going to be catching the ball. He might get in the end zone, might not. We're not worried about it because he's going to get catches. He's going to get yards.
I like his Waddle celebration, too, in the end zone.
He's ripped.
He is.
And then we have Zaccheaus. And that guy, needless to say, I'm sure you know all about this guy. We don't really need to elaborate on him. He's, his play speaks for itself. And if you don't know, he's Atlanta wide receiver. Cheap, 3,600. And then we're sticking with the Falcons because, you know, explosive offense. Everyone knows this. We're going with Kyle Pitts because besides, Zaccheaus, they got no one to throw the ball to. So they've been peppering the rookie with some throws here, and he's getting points. He's at 5,900. Ooh. And then for our flex, a little throwback to the past, we're going Flash Gordon. Josh Gordon of the Kansas City Chiefs. Woo! He's at 3,000. He's cheap because, well, we're kind of running out of money, and that's all we had left. And then for our defense, we're going cheap again. Ravens. They're playing the Rams, but they're at home. Stafford, he's been throwing some picks. He's a little pick happy. They're cheap, 2,500. I really think this lineup is going to bring us the cash. Throw it in the million. You never know.
You never know. We may throw both of these lineups in the million. I like them both.
We might get first and second. We don't know.
But I like mine a little better. Although I do like.
I want to hear in the comments whose lineup do you like better.
Drop a comment. Make sure you drop a comment
team Veggie
in
or Team Blase.
Hashtag Team Blase or hashtag Team Veggie. Drop a comment. Don't be afraid to comment, guys. Who's gonna win? Also, drop a comment. Feel free to know what the losers should do. Keep it PG. This is a PG show.
It's kid show, guys.
Well, whatever, maybe we'll decide, hey, the losers gotta crack an egg over their head or
nude.
I don't know. Do a snow angel in the snow because we're from the north and it's cold and snowy here. We might do something for the fans. Anyways, guys, that does it for the Week 17 edition, the New Year's Eve. Cheers, Sam. That was a lot of fun, brother. Me and Sam have been good buddies for a long time, and we've been doing these DraftKings against each other and with each other for a long time. It's the first time it's ever been done on camera, and I had fun doing it, man. Hopefully I win. Sam thinks hopefully he wins. I don't know. It all comes down to the players, as you know, at the end of the day, and sometimes you got to get lucky. But it's a playoffs, man. Championship weekend for fantasy football. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, guys. Remember, it's free to like and subscribe. If people don't know it's free to subscribe, it is free. F-R-E-E. All you have to do is make a YouTube account and subscribe. I would appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for the Week 17 New Year's Eve special. Let's get those picks, man, and cheers to 2022.
2022.
Thank you, YouTube. Me and Sam are out. It was fun. See you guys next week.